Mic check, mic check. Oh boy, I'm excited to see what we are about to get into today. How's the stream, guys? Is it good? Oh boy, here we go. My audio not streaming? Why is the audio not streaming? Hang on a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. This actually looks insane. I just don't know why the audio is not coming through. That was insane. I'm still trying to get the audio to work. I don't know why it's not working.
Crazy line. It's a bar. We have the return of the architects. You see that at the end of the trailer. There's eyes in the tree. There's this tree that's a very easy line. It's a bar. Central
there we
object.
go.
We have
I found it.
The return of the environment and everything that we're seeing here. That at the end of the trailer. There's the ring eyes, the crab with the rock. There's this beautiful fabrication line. It's a bar. Central object. Amazing. Like a Kara return. Like
there we go. I fixed it. I fixed it.
The hand going inside of the thing that you create in the biosphere, like that's so cool. And there's new bios, and there's a lot. There's so many. I'm very excited.
I'm so glad. Like your reaction is basically even with like obviously going through development and getting to play the game like all the way through every single stage that it's been in. Like even when I got to watch the gameplay trailer for the first time, like I got chills. All of the little bits that we have like teased in there for what you are getting in the first early access update, which is obviously coming May 14th, which is
it's close. It's really close. I also wanted to mention too,
it's not close enough.
The music in the trailer was beautiful. I think it brings the exact vibe that you guys are looking for, and I mean I can't wait to dive into it.
Yeah,
Ben, I guess
Ben Prunty's back. Yeah. Ben Prunty is back again from Below Zero, so he's back to do all of our Subnautica 2 music. Yeah,
that's so good. And the 14th, May 14th, early access. Get it then. I mean, I can't wait. Like it's really soon, and I mean,
dude, I want that Subnautica shirt.
I don't know what else to say here. It's just so I'm still like reliving the trailer in my mind.
Yeah, thankfully, we are also going to pop it up on our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it over and over and over again until it comes out, you are more than welcome to do that once we're all done here.
Also, there's a giveaway, right? We just watched the trailer, but there is a giveaway for everyone watching and everyone at home. If you want to win one of 60 Reaper Leviathan U2's plushies, that's right, a Reaper Leviathan
that's so sick.
All you need to do is head to Gleam. The link is on screen and also in
it's
chat.
Actually so sick.
All the instructions there. It'll be basically pretty easy for you to win one of these 60 Reaper Leviathan U2's plushies. I'm really excited for that. I want one right now.
Yeah, they're really good. We worked really hard with U2s on all of our different plushies, and so the Reaper Leviathan one If you follow our TikTok, sometimes we take them out to go and do silly little TikToks. So we've pushed them around on the swings in the local park. We dress them up for Halloween, all sorts of stuff. So they are great. You twos did an incredible job with them. So definitely make sure that you go and you enter to win one of these. But that is not all. We also are doing a Twitch drop, which is really exciting. It is the first time that we've ever done a Twitch drop for Subnautica.
I love Twitch drops.
So
Great. I'm really excited you guys are doing this.
Yeah,
on Twitch
so we have made a really cool sea moth statue decoration for your base in Subnautica 2. If you watch this stream for 20 minutes and you connect all of your accounts up, so connect your Twitch to Subnautica 2, you will automatically get the item when Subnautica 2 comes out in early access. So you will be able to get the blueprint in your PDA and build it and put it in your base's decoration. It is so cool. I absolutely love it.
It's great. I mean, Twitch drops are also like just amazing. So, hey, you might as well watch for at least 20 minutes, grab it, and put it in your base. Send screenshots. It'll be fun to see.
They don't have a Twitch.
Yeah.
So how would I?
And if you do miss out, so if you're watching the VOD or you were not able to get it this time, don't worry, it is not going to be wholly exclusive to Twitch for eternity. We will very likely bring it back in the future with like different events or different things that we do. So we don't want anyone to miss out. It'll just be anyone who's watching the launch showcase will be the first wave of people to get it. So don't worry.
I found their Twitch.
You will not miss out completely.
That's great. I mean, there's been way too many times when I've seen something and then I missed it 4 years ago. So
yeah,
it's great. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, we always try as much as we can to be like as generous as possible when we're doing giveaway items, which is why we also have another special thing that we're doing, which is if you purchase Subnautica 2 during the launch week, you will receive a buildable in-game Reaper statue for your base. Now, this is also a limited time offer to celebrate the launch, but similarly to the Sea Moth, it is very likely that we will bring it back again in the future, but for now, as long as you buy Subnautica 2 during the launch week, you will get it.
That's so great. I mean, we're going to have a bases full of statues of everything from the previous Subnautica games. Unless this Reaper Leviathan comes back in Subnautica 2, right? Maybe, possibly. You want to tell me more right now? Maybe, possibly? No? Okay.
Well, no. I mean, I think we've talked about it a bit that, like, we're on a new planet, so a lot of the creatures are not the same as the original Subnautica, so this was just a nice little way to be like,
Interesting.
The Reaper Leviathan might not be coming back,
Oh, damn.
in its life-size way, but you've got like a little statue for the base.
Okay, so the Reaper Leviathan's not coming back, unfortunately.
If not in body.
That's a bummer. Legendary, but it's a new planet,
to see
so
the
it
new
makes
creatures.
sense.
I'm excited to see the new environments. All in jest. I'm really excited. I can't wait. And thanks for doing these drops. Hey, if you want them, go grab them.
Yep. And just to amp the excitement up a little bit more, we are going to move on to our first interview with the devs. So we are going to invite on a couple of them to basically just have a quick little chat, and then they are going to do a little demo after that just to show off some more of the game. So without further ado, let's bring them in. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Why is this not working? Stop putting it on that screen.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'll go first. I'm Anthony Gallegos. I'm the game design lead on Subnautica 2.
There we go.
Which means all the bad decisions are my fault, and all the great decisions are everyone else's.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Giammi. I'm a system designer on Subnautica 2. If you can't find any copper, you should tell me. It will be the 50,000th time I've heard that you can't find copper, and I will once more delve into the mines and understand why.
I have a quick question before we start the rest of the interview. Why can't I find copper? I just want to just curious.
Past 4 of them. The day-night lighting was such that you couldn't catch the reflection, which is why we added that separate little glint thing. Everybody said there was too much yesterday, and then they all said there was too little today, and depending on which build you were on, the feedback was different. We decided to add or remove the large nodes to that one cave based on some other data, and you missed those because the size was off. Or you already found it all in this cave, forgot about it, and posted to Reddit anyway.
Perfect. Thank you.
Daniel.
You want to know why?
I'm Daniel. I'm an environment artist, so my job is making rocks, coral, and covering Brian's copper with grass, so you can't find it.
It's supposed to be on the ceilings, Daniel.
Incredible, just absolutely incredible. We have a few questions ready to ask you all. So if you don't mind, we will get in with the first one, which we're not going to do anything too complicated or difficult, so take a nice breath. We're not going to throw you in the deep end, unintended. So when players first dive into Subnautica 2, what's the immediate difference you'd kind of like them to feel compared to the previous Subnautica games?
Well, I think the first thing we want people to notice is that we want them to see how much more beautiful the game is now. You know, I think Subnautica 1 and Below Zero are still like striking games. But we also know that, you know, Subnautica started development over 10 years ago. And so I think this is like a game that brings it to a sort of next generation of fidelity. And so after they take in the oohs and the ahs of how pretty it is, my hope is that they start to feel like, wait, it is very different looking. It's very pretty, blah, blah, but also I feel like I'm back in Subnautica. That would be the best compliment anyone could give, is that when they play for like a half hour, they're like, you know what? I feel comfortably like this is an extension of the things that I know before.
It's a very good question. There's a sense of like mystery that comes from not knowing stuff. It's very difficult to replicate. It's very difficult to have more than once, right? Like you talk about the way you remember playing Subnautica 1 the first time. You know, I played it again before starting on Subnautica 2 and got a bunch of wonderful memories about those big reveals, like the first time something, a Reaper grabbed me by the front and chucked me off to the side, that kind of thing. If we succeed, I think we're going to create a bunch of new memories that feel the way those do when you look back. Like the hope is to be as memorable for similar reasons, but without having to repeat any of it, right? To ultimately put the lightning back in the bottle and let you have it again, and to go further than we did, to add more stuff, to sort of like take the what ifs that you've asked over the years since the first game came out, and like actually pay some of them off, and sort of invite your curiosity, see what you find.
I would give like an environment artist answer probably, but I think the stuff that's happening with light in this game is just incredible. You know, we have everything is casting light into the scene. You know, everything that's bioluminescent is casting light into the scene. Even just, you know, colorful coral and stuff is bouncing light. And then the biggest difference, I think, is in bases, where you just have sunlight or other light just shining through your windows into the base, shining out when it's nighttime and you have lights on in your base. It just looks just like stunning to me. And I'm really excited for people to get to see that.
I imagine that's actually quite like a difficult problem to solve, right? Because it's not only like a regular game where you have above ground and you have one ray of light, but you also have fusion through water, and you have to like really capture that. Is that something that like was genuinely a very difficult issue for you to solve?
I would say, yeah, we've iterated through, you know, water light absorption and stuff like that, like a ton. We're still, you know, figuring that out, especially when you get deeper, you know, there's less sunlight. And so you have to figure out like this thing, you know, this flashlight looked great up there. Now down here, it's like way too bright or whatever. So it's an ongoing thing. It's definitely worth it though.
Yeah, I also see the artists often agonize over, and I mean this in a good way, they agonize over like the way water looks when you look up through the surface. You know, I forget the name of the actual effect, but there's like a ring effect that appears with the way everything looks. And they try and accurately replicate that, or even all the time they spent on the material that appears on the ground of the ocean when you are watching the way light comes through the waves and the rippling effect. It constantly creates that little bit of light motion across the ground. Like all the work that they've done to make that really makes it feel like, yes, you are in water and not just flying and
Yeah, I can't wait either.
actually swimming
The
in
game's
shallow
gonna be
water
so
in a
much
really
fun.
great way.
I don't have friends, so I'm going to be playing
I
it
think most people
solo,
can
which
agree with
I
me
feel
when
like
I
how the
say
game
after
should be
looking at
played,
that gameplay
but
trailer
it would
we
be
just
very
did,
cool to try it out with
that you guys did a fantastic
people.
job with it so far. It looks beautiful. I'm very, very excited to dive into it. I also I have a question following up actually, and I know Anthony, you did mention to me that you called me, I think it was a coward earlier.
Off camera, yes.
My own, yes, with my gameplay. I was curious, right? Because Subnautica 1 and also Below Zero had such a sense of horror, a dread to go further, deeper into the ocean after having these very inviting starting environments. I'm wondering exactly, like, how did you design these biomes in Subnautica 2 to really, like, start feeling more and more dangerous as you get into there? Because I think I speak for a lot of people in the fact that the fear of the unknown is something that really drove them to play Subnautica even more and, like, love the game so much.
I think we get a lot of benefit out of the fact that we're on an unknown alien planet, and the fact that we're not repeating 4546B means that we have like a whole new slate of creatures that people have no idea what they do.
That's literally true. We're on
And
a
so,
totally new
speaking
planet.
about even watching your playthrough, right, that I watched, and I say
New
coward
ocean planet
affectionately
means
because I
it's
was
a
also
totally,
a coward.
it's an open.
The first time you see
book.
like something like a gasopod, you're like, what's that? I won't go anywhere near it. It's going to kill me. And a gasopod ends up being kind of like a benign creature for the most part. But simply because you don't know what it's capable of, it's very scary. It's very, very scary. And I think we benefit a lot from that. So we always try and put predators in every area that you're in, some type of like minor or major threat. And I think simply by virtue of the fact that you have no idea what they do and that the game gets progressively darker, that alone does a lot of the weight of making it scary. Like, we don't have to intentionally be like, we need this guy to have a jump scare moment or anything like that. Not required. Just make it to where they will come at you and do a roar, and players will already generally be like, nope, I'm out, you know? And as Daniel was pointing out earlier, just the fact that we have so much better lighting effects and stuff like that, I think the dark gets real dark,
right,
and real scary. And
that's exciting.
And it's I work on the game. I'm a little bit broken in the things that most things don't affect me, but there are still things that I play right now where it gets really dark and I'm like, nah, this is really quite a challenge to play test. So yeah, the alien world does a lot of the heavy lifting for us.
It's so gray and like eerie looking.
It's probably fair to say the music does too. I don't know. I think we're very lucky to get to work with Ben Prunty again. I've been listening to his music since like FTL. I used to have that soundtrack on repeat. And there's just a really beautiful thing that happens when that like emotional design intent starts from like, you know, Anthony in a Miro board. And then months later, it's like, here's the music track, here's the high level concept. And you just start to see it become more and more real until you see a player play it. And you see the look on their face. You see that surprise, that like, ah! And like months of work are paid off in that moment. All the effort is worthwhile in that moment. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, the music does a ton. There's a part, I think, there's one song that when I first heard it in the Subnautica 2 build, I was like, what is that? What is happening? And I think I was as scared as I've ever been, including, you know, the previous games. I was just from the song, I didn't even know what was going to happen. I was just like, my God, what is this? And yeah, I think with the biomes, we also, the tech gives us the ability to make even more interesting like rock formations and stuff, and those can carry a lot of personality as well. I think the coolest thing to me about Subnautica is the two flip sides of like mystery. It's like, I don't want to find out what's down there, but I also do want to find out what's down there, you know? And so you're constantly pulled between like dread and curiosity. And so I think having even the scary biomes be really cool and interesting, you know, is a huge part of it.
I was like, on that point, it's like I was really drawn to like the blood kelp forest in Subnautica 1, right? And it's like, whoa, like what is this place? Only to be attacked by a crab squid, and you're like, I can't do this. And I love the difference there with the Reaper Leviathan areas where it's just pure. There's nothing. It's just desolate. To really give you that sense of, oh, everything's open. Like you can't hide here. I think that really plays pretty significantly exactly what Anthony was saying as well, with environmental storytelling there, of really letting this alien world and darkness it clouds your mind of fear of the unknown. It's great to hear from you guys about that.
Yeah,
Very
it's
interesting.
really cool because like I also feel like sometimes when you play it as much as we do while you're going through development, sometimes you feel like you get desensitized to a lot of that. But it's really not the case. Like there are still moments where I'll go through an area and like I just still feel that same sense of like wonder and awe, even if I've like been in there like 5 or 6 or 7 different times. And I do think that in a lot of ways, Subnautica 2 is like
Somebody say
really
6, 7.
capturing some of those like really beautiful moments that you got in like Subnautica and Below Zero. But I kind of want to hear from all of you guys as well. But is there like a biome or a creature that you think kind of really showcases like how Subnautica 2 is like different?
That's a good question. Because it's funny because I'm like thinking about a lot of our early creatures. The attempt was to match the sort of feelings of like Subnautica. I think if I'm thinking about the stuff that you would have definitely seen in the gameplay trailer, there's this creature we call it a 4-eye. And it's in the very first gameplay trailer we ever did, not even the most recent one, but the first one. It's the creature you see split in two, and it does this cute little spin thing and comes back together. I thought that was an interesting piece of like
Very interesting
evolutionary
fish.
biology we explored, which is that we wanted to have this idea of creatures that existed as two individuals, but come together for one like life form, basically. And that was a way that we were trying to differentiate the life on this from what you saw in 4546B. And that will not be the only creature in the game that operates that way, because that was like a sort of, we started thinking it, a lot of players do way more thinking about this than I think the devs originally ever did, about like, oh, see, this creature comes from this same sort of phenotype as this, and they are all in the same
Yeah,
genus.
I
like,
honestly,
sure.
I think one of like the
I
most
think that's
insane
awesome. I
things
love
was
that people
doing
do
the
that.
scanner and scanning
But
all
this
the
time
fish
I would
and
say
reading
people are
about
more
all of the
people are
different
more
fish.
intentionally doing that, where they're like, okay, so this would probably be related to this, and this is like a thing we want to carry through creatures on this planet, maybe more intentionally than before. So I think that one exemplifies that.
I'm waiting for like a couple of folks on the team to read those theories on Reddit and go, "Oh my God, they're right. That's a good idea. We should make that actually true."
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about it. That's great.
Right. Like they look at it like, that's better than what we had written down. That happens. Good ideas come from lots of places. Both the biomes I want to talk about are not ones we could talk about yet, and so it's frustrating. But I can say why I care, why I think they're going to be so wonderful. There's two things that are really unique to Subnautica biomes that I love. There's the environmental storytelling methods that we use, where we exercise an awful lot of constraint and don't throw the UI in your face and don't really tell you what it is and kind of just pull you through with big, scary, spooky stuff or mysteries or the just unknown. Or, as Micro may have noticed, the big, scary Reapers push you down and then you have to go to the place that was more scary before but isn't actively going to eat you. So we have a lot of fun stuff, just like how you arrive at a place and have to sort of sort the mystery out. The other one is when we do like the full ecosystem sort of thing, where like this zone is defined by the life forms that live there and the way the other life forms respond to it. And we've got some really, I wish I could talk about it, like dynamics and loops where it's like you will know going into the zone that all the life here is aware of something particularly spooky, and you too shall become afraid of it in time. And I look forward to somebody dissecting this exact language months down the line and go, "Oh, it was that one."
Hey, you know what? I mean, you can tell here. Like, we won't tell anybody. You just want to just like tell us a little more. Like, that's fine. That
If people do that,
here's the segment.
go on the internet
fine.
and tell.
Yeah, there's two creatures, or four creatures, two pairs of creatures that I think they're too far ahead to talk about explicitly. But if there's one creature and if another one gets in proximity to it, their behavior changes in ways that are bad for you, the player. So it's like, oh, if I see that guy, not a good sign. If I see that guy and this other guy, that's a really bad. And I just find that so cool. Like, it feels really like there's sort of this interaction between different organisms around you rather than just between them and you.
That sounds
It's
interesting.
very cool to see.
Yeah, I love that idea. It really like makes it more of a living world that you're experiencing. Like, you've been, from what we've seen in the gameplay trailer, you've been thrust down into this, this planet, and you're not someone who's involved with any of these environments. So exploring that and seeing like all of
so
these different
excited
places
to just
interact,
scan
rather
all the
than
fish
them
and
just being
to read about
segmented
them.
by biome.
That's my favorite thing.
I love that. And that's really great to hear. I can't wait to exactly find out what you're talking about. I feel like that's another, going back to that previous question, sense of dread. You see these two things together, run.
Yeah.
And so we've talked a little bit about the fauna of this new alien world. I want to talk a little bit about the vehicles, right?
Ooh, here we go. This is a good
What
one.
makes, so I know in Subnautica, we had the Sea Glide in Subnautica 1, the Sea Truck in Subnautica Below Zero. What makes the Tadpole in Subnautica 2 more than just another vehicle? Like, what's, how does it change how players explore through the environment? And why is it special to you?
One of the things that I think we all on the team do is we all watch a lot of the content that people make about Subnautica. And when we were trying to think of Subnautica 2, we were like, okay, well, we want to make it more like Subnautica 1 than Below Zero, which isn't to say that I reject wholeheartedly anyone that says Below Zero is not a great game. I think Below Zero is an amazing game. Like, I love
Below Zero wasn't bad.
And I'm also a sea truck lover, which
Wasn't
that
bad.
puts me at a weird spot with some people. I think the sea truck's great.
I don't know. There's nothing nothing competes
But I understand a
with the
lot of the
original
criticisms
Subnautica.
of people had with it, which were totally fair. And so to me, I think what the Sea Truck did that was awesome was this idea of modularity. And maybe some of the execution on it is what left some people wanting. And so when it came to the Tadpole, we were looking at, okay, how could we add modularity to it, but make sure that the things that we're adding isn't about, like, you're not building the sea train. It is more about swapping out the vehicle for different roles. And that's the thing that we're trying to do with
That's
it, is
pretty
that every
cool.
chassis that it attaches to serves a very specific purpose and a very different gameplay role from the other.
It's almost
we
like a
could, in
more
theory,
versatile
create
Seamoth.
50
It's like they mix
chassis
the
if we wanted to,
Seamoth
but we're
and the
very
Sea Truck
intentional with
together almost.
the ones that we put in the game are meant to shake up the way that you would normally use this vehicle. And then the fact that it can detach from the chassis just means that it makes exploring more dynamic, because let's say you were in a chassis of size and you got to a cave entrance that was too small. That gives you that moment to start doing like the Russian doll of detach from the chassis, going with the Tadpole. Now I need to break out a resource, so I'm going to get out of my vehicle and start using my Wake Makers, the Sea Glide equivalent.
That's pretty
and
sick.
then drive around to the resources.
I like that.
And so we get that same sort of feel that you get almost from, in a way, going from like the Cyclops to the Seamoth to the player on the Sea Glide. And we start to get that even with just the chassis early on. I think it's important that the chassis is not the end of the road for like vehicle size increases. Like, we will have a large sub, but I think it gives players that sort of early sense of power and progression, and chassis means that they can have choices with how they want to play. Like, the goal isn't to make like one chassis that's irrelevant after a certain point.
Yeah,
that,
kind of like this, how the
20
Seamoth
hours
was
in,
once you got the
you and I
Cyclops.
sit there and think about our Tadpoles, and you're like, I don't want to use that chassis. I like the one that I have for this role, and that's fine. And I think that's where it just
Interesting.
feels
I like that.
pretty special.
I'm glad to hear that. I think a lot of people have varying opinions about the Sea Truck, so thanks for also addressing that too. I'm a Sea Truck neutrality. It was just a vehicle in the game for me, but I understand that. And it's also, so just to follow up with the chassis here. So you'll have one for, I guess, like exploration. You'll have one for maybe like biosphere thing or whatever. Or maybe you'll have one for this other function. Just to clarify there, and then you can just like always use it for that, detach it, and explore whatever you want. Is what you're essentially saying here?
Yeah, like the first one that we have, the one that we've shown with the wings, we primarily think of that as more of an exploration one. It's the one that makes the Tadpole the fastest, for instance. But it has limited utility when it comes to things like storage and stuff like that. So it's
give
much
and
more,
take.
I'm going around fast to look at stuff, and then maybe we could have options of ones that could like hold more, for instance. So stuff like that is the type of things where we're thinking about, like, we often think about it in player roles. I've talked with Brian about this, where we're like, oh, it's a player that just cares about exploring and driving around and looking at creatures. And then there's a player that's like, I'm a player that wants to just grab everything off the ground and be a locust on the world.
Yep.
And like that's
The
like
hoarders.
two different mindsets.
That's
and
how
we
I
can
am,
kinda
man.
cater to
I'll
both
collect
of them
every single
at
resource there
individual
is.
times, without saying like make a whole new vehicle. But you could still have your little Iron Man moment of, looking at your little chassis all lined up or something like that, and kind of pick which one you want to dock with. I think stuff like that feels really neat for players.
That sounds great. That sounds really fun.
One thing I would add is we have a really cool hardpoint system, and so you can add, in addition to the chassis, you can add, oh, I want to put an extra storage compartment on the outside, or you can add a light. You can put a light on there,
Sick.
or other stuff. I think we're still building more things that you can add to those hardpoints, and it starts to feel like an off-road rally car with like stuff strapped to the roof. It feels like very much like it's my tadpole. It's not just the tadpole. This is my tadpole that I built for what I want to do with it, and
That's actually kind
I
of
get
cool.
the sense of ownership. I really love that stuff.
Yeah, you just kind of like just really, I got that. We can just kind of strap the around and call it a day. Yeah, I get that.
Nice, nice improvisational prop, ready with the duct tape.
Yep.
I want to be like a giant game design nerd for a second. So like the sea truck was an interesting way for the player to make choices, because you can kind of have everything if you build it all and are willing to go really slow, but then it all kind of looks and handles and feels the same. And I feel like the tadpole chassis model does a good job pushing past that, to where the different choices you make about how you want to play feel, look, appear, or like have an identity that is different. It's not just I've added this box to the back of my truck that does a thing. It's like, no, I'm in the one with the fast wings that goes super quick and lets me run away from predators, versus the one that I'm going to use to try and move my base over there past those same predators, where I have to desperately hope that they don't catch me because I'm slower this time. It's like, it's not quite as much as you could just have this enormous train of everything. Like, you have to make choices, but then we can pay those off with really strong trade-offs and good drama.
I think the really nice thing is that we can probably show some of this off. So we're going to have
Really?
A little bit of a gameplay demo.
Oh!
So we're going to have the three of you showing off some of the really cool stuff that the tadpole can do, and going through some
here we
really
go,
cool
here we go.
areas. So we're going to go and switch over to that so that everyone watching can take a look at that demo, and then we will come back
Right in my fucking
afterwards
notebook.
and have some more interviews with some more of the other developers.
It's the gameplay demo time. Show off some of those vehicles we were talking about in our sweet base with our moon pool. Totally not ramshackle. I'm a very beautiful base builder. I build the best bases. But no, we have our giant awkward moon pool, but we could drive ourselves, but I think it'd be cooler to get a ride.
Hello? Melissa's here.
Welcome.
Come on in. Make sure you bring your hardpoint stuff if you got anything to schlep around.
Well, you got
Wow,
you
dude,
got
look
an
at the lighting.
oxygenator
I
on you
love
right
it.
now and a work light.
That
so
deep blue,
let's do that.
Well,
or the
must have
neon
forgotten I
blue
left that stuff in the
the
truck.
room with no lights, that is so sick.
I'm seated.
I am enjoying a scenic view of the grass under the thing while we wait. All right, here we go. All right, and where would you gentlemen like to go today?
I don't know. Take me on a tour, driver.
A tour. Oh, love those. It's like I passed the test for the knowledge, and now I can just show you all around Coral Gardens.
Uh-oh. There we
Some
go.
lovely bioluminescent spires. We have some donuts that are very fun to drive through in smaller, faster vehicles.
The thing about this vehicle is the top speed on it's
Tracking
still pretty
elevated
good.
viral activity at
It's
the
more
same
just like a
source.
little bit of like
Investigative
a driving a
caution.
Mack truck. It takes a while to get up there.
Yeah. Let's see here.
But it was always a priority for us to make sure that each chassis kind of had its own identity, and the speed is definitely one of the major components of that.
The acceleration curve gives it a very distinct feel.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, this game looks so good. It looks
I
so
think we've
good.
got, I'll call this the Spider Dome coming up.
Yeah. You should take us out over some resources so we can see how the cool light on the bottom of the hull kind of works.
Ooh, good idea.
One of the things about it was, we wanted it to be like the work rig, so you and your friends could go drive to your construction job together and go gather up materials.
Dude, look at that drop off. That is absolutely
I could take you all right to this
terrifying.
drop off, and then we could build a dive elevator to get you all the way down, and you could stick the oxygenator.
Oh, I actually just realized that for the first time that we could look through the camera.
I thought that was just for the driver.
No, we're watching the camera too. That's great.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome. Wow,
Got
dude,
some
look
lovely
at that.
water sloods
Look
down there,
at
and
that,
here we are
dude.
coming
That
up
just
on
looks
an
so
awful
good.
lot of the necro legends.
Yeah, I will say at
Necro
night
what now?
the anemones here look so pretty.
Yes.
I think in the Q&A you were talking, Daniel, about the way that the lighting bounces off stuff in a way that's so different than the old games. And I think you see a lot of that, even with the light, the way it's bouncing off the vehicles right now.
Yeah,
Such an
dude,
amazing
it looks
lighting
really
artist,
good.
Freddie, but even, just placing stuff in the world, every time you are dropping stuff in, it changes, the lighting. It's really amazing.
That is so pretty. It looks so good.
Here, I'm going to gather some of these acid things. Park me above and turn on the light, boss.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Nice little clump.
What are
Use
those?
my lower camera to get that positioning just right.
Necrolysis?
There you go.
Oh wait, I forgot to bring my blade.
Charge
I'll blow up some of
blast.
these rocks instead. I'm like the worst prepared person on the. Oh wait, no, I have the axe.
Oh.
I'm always prepared.
We never doubted you for a second.
All right, I got some cysts. Which is a sentence you only say in a video game is a positive thing.
Okay, interesting. We got to look at the little inventory there
Maybe
for
we
a
should
second.
go in search of wildlife. I mean, I guess, it's not to besmirch the fair anemone. They are also wildlife. But yes, or what is and what isn't an animal? That's another thing that we commonly have debates about. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Deciding what
area
to name
is
stuff
so pretty.
internally.
I would build a base here.
I would love to see some of the creatures that Daniel worked on that
Is
are
that a
in this
thermal,
area.
like, heat vent?
If we just go a little bit more east.
Just gonna at least see how I can handle this current over here.
Oh, it's a current. Wow, currents
This
are
is
now
fine.
a thing.
It's fine. We're fine here.
Yeah. One of the cooler creatures that I think we put in the game are these massive jellies. The cool tentacles going over the edge.
Oh, that's an actual fish?
Yeah, these were
That's
a
insane.
long process getting these set up in this biome, but worth it, I think.
I think it's like the right amount of balance. This is one of those things where we're like, is it a creature? Is it a plant?
What does it think about?
Yeah, that's
It's such
crazy.
a cool. Yeah, exactly. What's this thing's agenda? I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, you can know though if you scan it.
skin
I learned
BFJ.
the terms
That's what it's
sile
called.
and motile,
A
which is a fun way of saying
BFJ.
life that moves and life that doesn't.
Yeah. Our writer Seth educates me on a lot of stuff.
I only knew sessile because that's what my dad said I was whenever I was playing video games.
I feel like the research we've had to do to make this game is like the most fun and rewarding subject matter research of any game I've gotten to work on. Someday we're going to talk all about methane clathrates. Very exciting internet stuff. All right, we got any of those cool creatures down here? I think, pretty sure we can find a Jeticaris in one of these caves.
Oh yeah, if we want to go cave diving a little bit.
What is he holding there? What is
I'm
that?
catching up to you guys with the work light.
Oh, a work light.
I'm portable light man.
Oh, there we go. We'll stop the gospel.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Oh, here's a perfect little cave with this nice little light. Wonder what's in there. You know what I need to do? I probably need to detach from my haul chassis into the regular tadpole. And now I can come with you.
Wow, dude, look at this.
Chassis detached. Small
Absolutely
tadpole. Let's do
beautiful.
it.
I love all the bioluminescent stuff.
Yeah, there's some silver and some copper in here, but I don't think there's a Jetocaris. Or if there's, I know there's one of the caves in this area
Kind of tempted to take this copper.
that goes way deeper than you expect.
Yes, I think they're all connected too.
I'm putting the copper in the hall.
What was that down there? Did you guys see that?
Look at this guy. He's out here working. Oh yeah, I was like, what are you gonna do? The hall's gonna get stuck.
Yeah, I popped it off.
What up? Here, let me put this light on the back now, so I don't have to carry it
There's
anymore.
like
There
a
we
player
go.
tunnel down
Perfect.
there.
Can you leave it on? Is it lighting up behind me?
Yeah, it is 100%.
Excellent.
You're just now you're providing a nice early downward light.
Yeah, there it is again.
Yeah, I found a
You see
Jeticaris.
that?
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
it's down
that
here
thing?
somewhere?
Hi, little guy. People are always saying how many crabs are in the game. Well, we got the big crab.
Oh, look at
We got the
that
little
guy.
coral crab,
He's
we got
sick.
this guy.
The Genocaris. He's
I love his
awesome
eyeballs.
looking.
They're so cute. I guess if you like crabs, I mean, some people might find this actually genuinely terrifying or horrifying.
Nah, dude,
but
he's awesome.
I think they're pretty cute. And I love that they have basically Iron Man boosters on all their limbs.
That's actually insane.
100%.
We're bringing the hauler. We got to haul something.
So that's a lot of silver. Yeah, like that
Exactly.
orange
I know
tunnel down
Brian
there.
and
I
I are
want to know
just
what
like,
that is.
oh, what are we doing? Right. Gathering stuff. Right.
Alright, so I can go back into the signals menu. I can turn it back on for other ones.
I do like that you can take the tadpole and drive it around and leave the whole chassis behind, and I can fill it up while you're driving the tadpole.
Yep.
So
If
that's
you guys
the
are loading
whole
it up,
chassis.
we could
Okay,
almost
I
have
see.
multiple hauls, and it's just like a semi-truck. Exactly.
And if we had had a locker too, we could have then attached a locker to the base tadpole, filled that up too. Like you can end up.
Why, Anthony? Can't you make one of those with your base builder?
Oh my gosh, Brian.
He said very not stagedly.
Yep. Yes, I can.
I actually really like that we moved a lot of these things to the base builder so you can do them out in the world without having to get lost in a menu too much.
Can be hand carried or attached to a hold point. Avoid workplace friction. Inform your co-workers before moving their stash.
One of the early playtesters referred to this as the sea purse.
Oh wow, they made the portable
That's what I
lockers
always
like
think of it
totally
now as.
movable now.
Yeah. Yes, they were like, I don't want to take a sea purse with me everywhere I go. And I said, oh, I love taking this thing around. I think it's like one of the best improvements we did to the original game was making the portable locker.
Yeah, like actually movable.
Well, originally it was just the floating locker, and then we made it the portable one, and I think that actually does a lot for early inventory benefits.
It's actually
I love
insane.
how it comes back as a sort of an expandable storage for the vehicles as well on the hard points.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that was one of our programmers, Adrian, who just insisted on making these things way cooler. And at first I was like, it's just the floating locker, who cares? You use it for like 10 minutes and you don't think about it again. And he's like, but what if it could become a thing that you liked and you thought about it? And I was like, I guess that's smart too.
I want to see what these.
That was my first time trying to dock a
there it
tadpole
is.
with something on its hard point.
like the little modular upgrades.
Oh, yeah. I know, and look, now we have just too much stuff. I'm going to leave this oxygenator here for now.
There we go.
There we go. Here, let me put this
That's
other
actually
locker on there.
crazy. So you could just slap the storage locker right on there. That's insane.
This locker doesn't have anything in with it. Let me leave this stuff here. No one cares.
Daniel filled this thing up. Check out the trunk.
I know. It's absurd. Daniel's like doing all this work, and all I'll do is benefit from it. Sounds like a normal day in the office. Thanks, Daniel.
Let's see, we got a lovely nibbler mango over here. And door 2, and door 3. Getting the bus. Gonna die. What?
Actually, I'm gonna ride on the middle handle for a bit. Yeah, this is the real way to travel, without the comfort of a seat.
Let's see, we got some wreckage. Some real big jellies.
Oh yeah, these rocks, I made them as well. The horizontal stripes.
Probably fit in here. There we go. Nice.
Well, actually, I should be honest. Akash made some rocks, and then I put a filter
Dude, look
over
at
them
how deep that
gave them,
water is. It's
striations.
insane. You can't even see what's out
I
there.
changed. It's transformative, so it's fair use. They're my rocks now.
There we go. Altera Starship
Yeah,
wreckage.
No, yeah. Kosh basically made a block, a raw block, and you turned it into something beautiful. I get it.
Oh, wonder what that is down there. Making a strange ping noise.
Oh,
Guess they're just gonna have to find out some on their own.
Yeah, some people were some. I know I put a shark over in this area, and some people were sad about that, but I think it's narratively important.
the shark is narratively important.
It is. You'll see if you play and read all the stuff, you'll find out why.
It's gonna.
Amazing. Oh, there it is. It's above us right now.
Look at that big guy.
Yeah. No, that shark. That's Gary.
That's Gary.
I don't know. Actually,
We're on Gary's turf now. We should give.
he henceforth he is now Gary. This is the new Gary Fish. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we're just cruising past these hammerheads that could completely blow us up, or each other. I think they're about to wait.
Yeah, they have one of the coolest creature-to-creature interactions
that?
in the game. And the fact that they don't like the vehicles, I think, is actually a pretty cool thing too. Maybe you're a rival. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you just look really nice to them.
It's like, am I interesting or delicious? Unclear.
We've had multiplayer going since some of the early days of the project, but it's still so fun when I just see people, I don't know, driving about and stuff like that. It's just so different. And it takes a lot of the edge off when I play these games.
See, that's why I like playing it alone, because when you're alone,
It's nice and chill. There's a huge
Roblox
current
looks
down
better,
here.
to be honest. What are you talking about? I already played Subnautica 2.
I guess that's why
That
Daniel
was like
worked so hard, because
the
otherwise
game
he's
that
just
I
getting
played
free
was
ride
a
the whole
further
time.
along stage than this. That's why it looks better.
I'm out here getting my cardio.
Yeah, I do that when I'm hitchhiking. I just offer to fill their trunk with rocks. People don't like it.
But that's why I
But
like playing
in Subnautica
multiplayer.
2,
I feel like
it's a viable
just takes
strategy.
the fear factor away. Like
Yeah,
when I'm with friends,
oh, man,
I'm
yeah,
not scared of
Someone
anything
that's willing
anymore.
to come into the game and just add rocks to the pile, you're the.
I don't know,
you're
that could
pretty
just be
much
me,
the
though.
best.
Like playing horror games alone is
All right.
extremely
I
different
feel like we
than
gave the
playing
people a
horror
good look at
games
the
with other people.
vehicles and some of the early parts of the game. There's definitely some new stuff in there for people that haven't been paying too close attention to. So, some new creatures, and you got to see the haul rig. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to say before we close this out?
Not so much. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Dude,
Excited to
I've
see
been
everybody
taking
else's
notes, so I'm gonna be making a video
adventures.
and I'll be breaking down everything that was new in this
We appreciate
in this
you
little
hanging out with us.
snippet here.
All right. Well, we can't
And
wait to
we've
see
got a
you
lot
what
of
you do when you
juicy
go on your
stuff.
own. So, go out there, play the game, and tell us what you think.
That was a pretty good demo. I love it when the devs get to play together because it's kind of on the cusp of like they know the game so well, but also are just fans at their hearts as well. So they kind of do some of the same stuff that like just the fans would do.
Yeah, it's like, why make something that you're not like all the way into? It's just great to see their creativity and passion come out like that.
That's
It's also
insane.
great to see the tadpole in action.
Is this all we're gonna get?
Yeah. I love the tadpole. I'm also very excited. I know they touched on it
You know
a
what
little bit
sucks?
in the interview as
Well,
well. But
for
like
you
all the
PlayStation
things
users,
that
is you're
it's-
not getting this game for 2 years.
all the potential that it has for things that it could do.
because
So
PlayStation
I
doesn't like
just-
early access games. 'cause
there's
they're-
so much.
they're-
We're like really excited for like when the
they're a
tadpole
terrible
is
company.
out there and people are actually just playing the game and moving through the world, like thinking about the possibilities of what it could become and what else it could do. And so I'm really excited to see what the community asks for. Because I think there's like
I think the
there's, like,
community is going to
such
ask
a real
for a
possibility that
Dr.
they'll ask for
Zothic
something that like
statue in the
never
game.
even entered
I think
our
that you know how
minds.
like Markiplier got
I
his
mean,
own little
it's
plushie
cool
in
with
the
the
game.
community
I
there,
think
too.
everybody
And also,
that
like,
plays this game is
Subnautica is
gonna want
just
a
a
Dr.
really
Zothic
big
statue.
sandbox. So what we've seen so far is that you guys have given us a lot of neat tools to work with.
We weren't going to play it
Speaking of
anyways, dude.
neat
You were
tools,
going to play
We are
it.
actually going
You
to
wanted to
bring
play
in
it
some
so
more
badly.
of the devs. And
why you gotta
they're
get a
gonna
PC,
talk
bro.
a little bit
You
about
gotta ditch the
base
console
building.
crap.
So we will go ahead and we will switch over, bring those guys in, and get chatting to them. Okay, hi, welcome back, Anthony, and welcome Carolyn and Sam. Carolyn, Sam, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, hi, I'm Carolyn, engineer. I mostly worked on bases on SN2.
And I'm Sam, also an engineer. I'm working on animation at the moment, but I've worked on a bit of everything so far.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Thanks for joining us. We have
Yeah,
a couple
let me
questions
just get
for
rich.
all of you guys. And
Get
also,
your bread
Anthony,
up,
would
bro.
you like to introduce yourself for
Unbelievable.
a second time?
It's not that much.
I mean,
you could drop like $1,000 on
game
a PC
design lead.
and you'd be
I
good for a
help
couple
out
of years.
with all the sort of creative development of the game. So like anytime
Put it on
we
a
do
payment
early
plan,
ideation
bro.
on regions and stuff like that. That's the work that I do, and we try and figure out the next resources we're gonna do. Like I said before, if there's a problem with the game, you can blame me, and then just pour it all out this way, and I'll do what I can to make it better.
All right, so Anthony
thank you so
Anthony Gallegos is the guy I got to talk to
Is
get
it-
a Dr.
oh,
Zothic statue
Obviously,
in the game.
Subnautica 2 is introducing co-op for the first time. It has not been in any of the previous games, but the previous games were also known for its kind of solitude. How did you approach adding multiplayer with that in mind?
Okay, interesting question. This is actually a good one.
So we knew we needed to do multiplayer because we looked at like the Nitrox mod and stuff like that, and Nitrox had like 750,000 downloads or something. You were like, okay, this is a feature people clearly care about, you know. And not to mention when it comes to survival games, you know, co-op is kind of par for the course. I think the most successful games in the genre have the option of co-op. And so
Yeah, I would
to
agree.
me, I looked at the experiences that I found the most inspiring that I think accomplished both of those things. And one of them for me was The Forest and Sons of the Forest. I think those are great games.
If
Craft also does
Dr.
this as well.
Zothic statue gets put in the game, I'll consider buying
where
it.
they make the game and they say, we're making the
I'll let
game
Anthony
as a solo
know.
experience. And then if you want to bring along friends, you can choose to bring along friends. And I think that's the thing for us. You know, the little slogan that I started saying to the team
In 2 years, when
was that
PlayStation gets it.
it's not a co-op Subnautica, it's Subnautica with co-op, which I think is an important distinction. Because if we were making a co-op Subnautica, we'd be making a bunch of mechanics that were like, we'll turn the levers together, we'll, you know, the only way we can get through this tunnel is to like pull each other back and forth through the current or something. You know, there are great games like It Takes Two and stuff like that that are amazing co-op.
Okay, so I'm glad that
and that's
they're
not what we
saying
wanted
it's
to do.
pretty much it's still
to make
a
sure that
solo
we
game
still
at
have the
its
sense of
core,
isolation,
but you can bring friends
I think
along.
that's why we provide
like that.
the option to play completely by yourself. And if you're someone that's really worried about isolation, I think it's best to do your first run by yourself and then invite your friends later. I think that's a totally valid way to play, or run two saves at the same time.
That's probably what I would do if I
but the other
ever
is
got
that
somebody to play the
we don't
game
leash
with.
players, and I think that makes a big difference. You know, there are a lot of co-op games that would leash people to keep them sort of bound to each other the whole time because of like performance, other reasons. We let players freely swim wherever you want, and it's really
Fair.
easy even when you're in co-op to end up, even though we're in a server, that we could end up really spread apart, and you'll experience something that'll be unique to you because I'm not there. And I think so you still get those
Okay.
moments
That's
that feel
good.
isolated enough.
Do we know
How about
the
in
limit
2 years you
of
get your
how many
bread
people
up
can play at one time?
and you buy a computer
4
and stop playing
is
on
our
a console?
gameplay limit.
Consoles for
I
children.
think personally,
It's time to be a
it's
man.
interesting with multiplayer. I think sometimes multiplayer is scarier, I guess. You know, when you were together and then suddenly you're like, oh, where did they go? Well, like, what happened? I have had some of those moments, like playtesting, I think, where we're like, okay, we're going to do this together. And it's just like, oh, no, where did you go? I'm going to have to do this by myself now. I just think multiplayer is great for base building.
I'll
I
play
think
with
it's
subscribers.
fun when you're trying to do kind of a group project. Like, oh, there's a whole new room here. That's kind of something that I guess very different from Subnautica 1. No one's changing your base or wrecking all your work.
Yeah, I think I was originally very much one of those like single player first people, but in the kind of process of testing things, filming footage for devlogs and similar, it kind of converted me. Seeing, you know, your friends get eaten is a very different experience to just getting eaten yourself. So yeah, I think I've been converted there.
I think I would definitely love to
Oh, I also want to say,
experience
I feel like
Subnautica
I
as
finally
multiplayer.
understand the scale of everything because of multiplayer.
I just have bum
'Cause
ass
you
friends
see how
that
big
can't
like a
afford
player
stuff.
character is. Before in SN1, I was like, I don't know, and then when you actually look at those comparisons, size comparisons, I was like, oh, that's like huge.
That's a really good point to bring up. I didn't think about that actually. The fear of seeing your friend eaten, or being tracked by something, and then just not being able to help them is a full other fear that you can really dive into, as well as really having a frame of reference for the scale of everything else. Because all you have are
that's the one
that's
thing
a big
I hope
rock, I guess.
They
or
get
like that's
right
a
in
really
this
small
game
fish.
is the scale.
That's really
Like,
cool.
I
I'm
want
glad
to
you
see a
brought that up.
Leviathan, and
There's
I want it to tower over me.
You know, the solitude of Subnautica seems to come back with Subnautica 2, and then there's a whole new experience if you'd like to do co-op. So I do have a follow-up question with this. Because Subnautica 2 is entering and releasing an early access, right? What are the
I don't
most
understand
important
how people wear just like
foundations that
generic
you're,
Apple
sort of
earbuds.
sticking to and
Like, and they genuinely
laying
use
down
them.
right
Like,
from the
just
start.
tell
so
me you
then
don't care
as
about
the game
sound at all.
builds even more, it can do so properly.
Like they probably sound like robots in his
you
ears.
talk about foundation. I think we express it through like gameplay pillars is how we do it. The most important pillar for us, sometimes when people talk about Subnautica, they call it a survival game for shorthand, and I think Subnautica is a survival game. You can't argue that because it has like food and water and stuff. But I think primarily, for most people, Subnautica is an exploration game, and that's the foundation that everything's built upon first, is that we try and make the exploration in the world the star, and that's really everything. And then once we have that, survival mechanics, all that, everything else, that's the sort of background noise that helps you drive you through the exploration. So the foundation we're laying is trying to make a world that has enough narrative and progression support to make it worthy of exploration. And I think we've done that in spades. I can confidently say that this version of Subnautica is by far the most ambitious early access launch that the studio's ever done.
Yeah, hopefully.
And should provide,
I mean,
they've had
a long time to
than I
deal
think a lot of people will
they
expect.
even got an extra year to sort of flush stuff out. So was supposed to come out a year ago. Granted, now that wasn't all their fault, but
yeah, I guess I can add some to the technical side of that. So obviously, it's really important for us to have a really strong technical foundation going into early access. But I think the most important thing is we've tried not to lock ourselves into a specific implementation for anything. So no matter what the community feedback is, we're prepared to kind of pivot and change features. At least the things that I've worked on, I've tried to make everything as customizable as possible for the designers, so that if there is feedback, we don't need to wait on an engineer to change the code for something. We can just change something up, push it out to the community, see what they think. So for me, the technical side is getting a really strong, flexible foundation there, and then we can build on that with new features and feedback from the community.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think for base building also, it's interesting because it's basically a tool, right? And so part of us, I think, is just waiting to get the game out so that we can see what people actually want to build. Like we have all these toys that you can play with, but we are only a few people, so we're never going to be able to cover everything, all the creativity in the player base. So I think early access is a huge part of that, because once we see what people are really drawn to, what they want to make,
This is also something
I
I'm
think that will
excited
really
for,
guide the direction
the
there.
base building.
Gotcha. I do have one more here. With the what Sam brought up with feedback, once you release this, there's so much. There's a lot of content that's going to be made. A lot of people talking about it. What is that process like of distilling all of that down into real constructive feedback, so then you can actually add or subtract to the game based on what people are saying about it?
I actually feel like that's a question that's probably best suited for Danya, honestly, to answer, because she'll be. I feel like I'll be getting.
Let me interview you too.
well, I feel like I'll be getting a lot of that delivered from Danya, and then Danya will help filter a lot of that for us, which is the great thing.
Yeah, I think a huge part of it is being able to be present in all of the different places that the community lives. Like the community, it's not just going to just be content on channels like YouTube or Bilibili or Twitch or wherever people decide to put that out. We're also going to
Don't worry, guys. It'll be live on Doctor's Office channel. So if you guys want insight, you can just check my channel out
now. And the community all decides that they want to live in different places. And so a lot of it is just being able to be present in all of them, monitoring it, and looking for patterns. So much of what I do is pattern recognition, trying to see what's a commonality across all of these places that people are talking about, and being able to bring that in. A huge part of my job is basically then digesting that down for the rest of the team into what the community is saying, what that means, and then how frequent it's being said. So a lot of it is going to be
keep it noted.
Pulling
We're
Anthony
doing everything
into a room sometimes and be like, "Hey, I'm hearing all of
month
this
on my
stuff."
channel. It's just going to be straight Subnautica
or
videos.
just presenting it in a nice digestible way to the team. It is, and I'm sure that there's probably a lot of other community managers out there, it is probably one of the most difficult parts of our job, is being able to just do the monitoring, especially at scale, but being able to see ultimately, like, when it gets down to it, when all of this stuff like comes out into an update and you see, wow, that really came from the community and moved all the way through and is now out in an update. Like, it's genuinely one of the most rewarding parts of my job, is just seeing that make it all the way through from like point A to point B. So yeah, it's not easy, but it is extremely rewarding.
I mean, yeah, I can't even imagine. Thank you so much for answering that, Danya. I appreciate that a lot. And thank you for the work you're doing with
What else
Subnautica
are they
2.
supposed to be showing us today?
I think as an individual developer as well, it's important that if we are interacting in the community, which is something I enjoy doing, that we don't just find some feedback one person has said and go and act on that.
Gameplay,
It's about
developer input,
recognizing
gameplay
that
demos,
what you're
and
seeing in the
giveaways.
community
Okay.
is just a small
So we're
set
probably
of it,
actually
and
coming
trusting
close to
people
the
like
end of
Donya to
the live stream, I would
give you
imagine.
a broader view of the community. So I can interact with the community, but I'm not going to take something one person suggested, go code it up, and find out it's actually not what the community as a whole wants.
Yeah, I think treating every person in the community as a data point, which is not to say that they're just data, but I mean the sense that, like, if Viewpoint Crow came to me and said, "Hey, I'm having this one issue," I would be like, "Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to necessarily address it off of a single person's thing, but I will note that, and then that way, if I go to Danya and say, can you tell me if more people have been experiencing this thing?" And then we can find out if it's actually like a broad sort of thing versus like, you know, developing the game for any one person's tastes as well. Like, we don't do that for any person on the team either. No one person on the team, we don't develop it for their tastes. We try and really put ourselves in the mindset of what people are going to want broadly.
Yeah. I mean, if I told them what I needed,
it's
they'd
good to
probably
hear.
be like, yeah, we should listen to that guy.
We have another demo coming up.
Oh.
I know we talked a tiny bit about
We got more
base
gameplay.
building, and that is what our next demo is going to be about. But it's so hugely improved on the previous two games. So what is something about it that you just absolutely love the most, based on like where it's come and where it's developed from, like Subnautica and Below Zero?
It's a challenging thing for me to answer because I'm usually like the most Spartan of base builders. I build like one room, like a studio apartment, and do nothing with it. But the nice thing about co-op is that one thing I love playing co-op is that I can just dump all my stuff into a locker and then someone else will make it beautiful for me. And the base building feature that I think supports that the most is the sculptural stuff specifically for me with windows. Because in the last interview we did with Daniel, you saw when Daniel was talking about how now lighting comes in naturally through all the windows and stuff like that. And I think
Dude, it looks
the way
so
that
good.
people can make tiny little windows
Yeah.
or wall wide windows or little thin segments
It's gonna be so
and
good.
columns, like
I can't
it
wait.
all actually creates a lot of character to the base with the feeling
Like,
of
I'll
it and the
probably
lighting
spend
in
like
a way that
a
I don't
good
think we had
majority
before.
of just trying to build something insane. Like my first hour
Yeah, I think for
of base
me,
building,
like
it will just, or my
when I
first
first
hour
played
of gameplay will
Subnautica, I
literally
kind of
be
just got
me
super
building a
distracted
base.
from the plot because I just wanted to build my base
Yeah,
more.
me too, Carolyn.
So it was
Me
really
too.
great working on base building in SN2, and I think the main difference, I think, is just so much more range in what you can do. You know, we have interior walls, we have, yeah, like Anthony mentioned, all these cool window shapes. We just have like so much more customization, I think. So I feel like every time I go in and play test, I'm making something completely different. And then you see like things that other people are making and you're like, oh, okay, I want to add that to my base. And just like being able to have that range is, I think, really great. Because, you know, I also have friends, I think, who are much more minimal base builders, and in our friends and family play test, you know, they're like, oh, this is great. I can make the smallest base possible. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool, actually. Like, fit it into this really tiny rectangle. Like, that's impressive. So just having all that range, I think, is really great.
Yeah, for me, I was never much of a base builder in Subnautica, but I think that
No,
the
I am, dude. I
flexibility
love
and
building.
how powerful our base building tools are now makes me kind of swim around the map, and when I see things, I'm like, oh, I could put a great base here, or what if I wrap like a room around this object? I'm I'm always thinking, what can I do with the base system now? And I don't know what it is about it, but it just draws me to use it where I didn't in the previous games.
I pretty much relate to the studio apartment that Anthony said. So I'm excited to see how I can really build that out a little bit more. I'm also wondering, just as a follow-up here, I know in like Subnautica Below Zero, a lot of people actually really liked the moon pool. Like that was such a cool base object to add.
Yeah.
Are there anything that you can say that is added in Subnautica 2 that you're really looking forward to people exploring?
You mean, well, in terms of base building, I think it's seeing the degree to which we can continue to add what I call, or what we call, sculptural base building. You know, it's the stuff you see where we extrude things, right? From the world, you can extrude the walls and stuff. And originally we were thinking, oh, this is a tool for building walls. That was the extent we thought of it. But then people like Carolyn and the other people working on the feature were like, what if we let you do this with like a couch? What if we let you do this with like a spot to do farming and stuff like that? Like features that we know we're going to work on in the future. We started thinking about how we could make it to where now you could extrude these and make it different shapes and different sizes in a much more dynamic way that meant we didn't just make one prop and call it a day. And I think the stuff that lets people do that more in creative mode, I think we're going to see people that make bases. I already know for a fact because I've seen people play around and make bases that I was like, I didn't even know we could do it that well. It looks so cool. Like, you know, like where I'm like, I tried. It's like the difference between me playing with Legos and like a Lego Master Builder, right? And you're like, oh, I guess, you know what, I should just put it down, right? And like people can already accomplish amazing things with it.
A fun thing with the new system, like even though we don't have all of the base building features we had in some of the previous games, it's like because the system is so flexible, you can kind of make your own version already. Like you can make an aquarium like just by enclosing a space. Like we don't have aquariums, we want them, but you can already kind of make one. So just that level of freedom.
Yeah, I think I won't spoil anything, but I think Moonpool fans will enjoy Subnautica 2 for sure.
That's pretty accurate. I'd actually say that we probably have one of our base building master builders here right now as well. I would call Carolyn one of our like master builders for all of that stuff. And so with that in mind, we're gonna jump into the next demo. So
Let's see
Carolyn
it.
and
About time.
And obviously
Let's see
Anthony and
some
Sam
heat
as well,
from
but,
Carolyn Liu.
we're gonna show off what base building can do in this demo. So we're just gonna jump right across to that. So thank you everyone for taking the time to answer the questions.
It's time to do that gameplay demo of bases. I'm Anthony. I'm joined by Carolyn and Sam. Me and Sam didn't work on the feature, but Carolyn did, and we're here to build some bases.
Let's see it.
We've got our starting section we built before we started the stream, but we'll kind of show you what you can do with it. I'm not much of a base builder. I think Carolyn is much more so.
I'm not either, but I've figured out a couple of cool things I can build. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix up this monstrosity.
I am sorry.
Still a
We're sorry. We
monstrosity.
did our best. We're like kids playing with Legos, and then you get to be like the
Like,
mom who comes in
come
and
on,
says, "Oh,
guys.
honey, no."
Follow the
Nah,
instructions.
yeah. I know. Yeah, it has no windows. We're like, this is fine, right? We don't need natural light.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I'm just topping off this observation tower with these half round rooms. Not sure. Oh yeah, okay, somebody added a ladder. Nice.
I didn't even realize the half round rooms could connect into one full rounded room like that.
Carolyn Liu looks like she's having the time of her life right now.
Everything all works, you know? It's magic.
Wow. So,
I'm thinking we should put a moon pool here for our tadpole.
all right, let me come down so I can see.
we need some furniture. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you gotta set that. That place is like our vibe spot. You gotta put like a rug and stuff down.
Like a breakfast nook, but in an observation tower.
So yeah, but like we can have that side, but then we need like the feeling side.
So do we each get a floor as our room? Oh, this is...
That's an interesting way of doing it.
I usually make like the entrance area the utility spot so everything's just accessible.
That makes sense to me. I'm setting up my yoga spot upstairs.
How far along are we?
I'm gonna put some mood lighting in for your yoga spot.
You can make like a super zen setup if you just put
43
some moon
something.
pools. Let's see. Where is your yoga spot?
Oh, the very top.
Oh man, okay.
Very
know
interesting
if-
decorations we got going on.
This is cute. I love this.
This is where I come and, you know, get my vibes going.
I want to do, let's see, like a water feature in this floor. 'Cause you can make like smaller moon pools basically. If there's enough space on the ground.
Ah, yeah, this first floor area has a lot of kind of, this is very utilitarian. See, this is about the extent I ever get to. I get to this point and then I was like, that was it. There's my base.
I tend to spend a really long time doing stuff on the outside of the base and forgetting to put anything inside it. But it looks really cool.
When you're swimming up to it.
Yeah, and then you get inside and it's just empty.
Let's see.
Do this little... Get some lights in here.
Very interesting.
Man, I literally never would have thought to put a moon pool on an upper portion of a base like this. Yes.
That's cool.
Do you know we can rotate our lights too?
I kind of did, but maybe not to that degree. This is all the stuff that I always forget to do. What about these soft lights?
Oh yeah. Gotta make a vibey spot. Let me see if I can do... If you like do the moon pool in a certain way, you can get like a little floating platform. I'm not sure if that still works. Let's see.
You know, all the hacks.
Yeah. Wow, this is kind of cool too. You can just do a little like plant area. Decorative.
Welcome aboard.
I know everyone, we keep, I can tell we keep zoning out. That's the one thing about base building is sometimes you just end up
Yeah, absorbed.
spacing out in the work.
Oh, I was just focused on building windows. I forgot that we're meant to be talking.
I mean, I think that's a good sign, though. It's usually when you're watching someone play the game and they just lose themselves in the work. I think base building is very much one of those features that I usually call an "oh no" feature. And what I mean by that is like when you play Civilization and you're like, "oh no, it's 2 a.m."
Just one more build, just one more room. Yeah.
It is cool watching people build from the outside and seeing, oh man, it's already gotten so much more lively. The windows really make a big difference. The fact that you can shape them and not just have them be one stock shape.
Oh, we're out of power. I'm going to put some more solar panels on the roof. wondered why all the lights went off.
Some window dots in. One of the things I've heard some people that have looked at the early base building be like, oh, I don't know if I like it, was they were like, all the bases look, they're just like boxes. But then I feel like that's only if you don't spend the time to kind of make them sort of prettier.
It's only if you build boxes.
Well, yeah, but you can also spend the time to put like the greebles and stuff on the exterior, with like the exterior decor stuff that we have. And it's like it doesn't necessarily do anything, but I think it can like plus the sort of like technical look of the base.
Yeah, I'm sure it will look a lot better when people are placing these things with kind of intention rather than just slapping them on the side of a room.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be insane. I will kill so much time trying to do this.
And exterior lighting and stuff like that helps too.
Oh, the spotlights are great on the exterior.
Yes, when you're coming up to a base at night with the spotlights going, it's pretty awesome.
Like the
yeah, dude,
the
look at
corridor
that. That
base
looks
you built
so
over there.
sick.
Yeah, we can go to
The
Corridor
lights
Town
and
sometime.
how dark it is, dude, and how it's reflecting inside the water.
Oh, we've got some plants on the roof now. Lovely.
Yeah, the grow beds being able to be built on bases, I feel like is such a cool addition from the farms that you just built in the dirt of Subnautica.
Put a little spotlight in the corner there behind the plants. Looks quite nice.
Yeah, I guess one thing to call out, you can also place plants now, like using the builder tool instead of before we had this kind of grid inventory system, which I like because I get to rotate them and do arrangements.
Well, and also we'd kind of talked that someday we want to add in things like non-cultivatable stuff, but like the equivalent of like garden gnomes and rocks, so you can compose like a proper garden. But yeah. I already think I had no idea you could put a grow bed on a grow bed. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like originally a bug in one of our playtests, and we were like, just make it a real feature.
That's pretty sweet.
So cool.
Gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
Yeah, that already
I'm
feels more
literally
like
so
a
excited.
garden than, you know, the singular sort of tree pot plants of Subnautica.
Oh, we had the same idea to light it.
Dude, Carolyn is just
Yeah, let's
grinning
just put like
from
18
ear to
lights
ear,
on it
dude.
until our
She's
retinas
just
are
having
burned.
the time of her life. She's in her element. She's in her zone, dude.
I don't know if you can still do it, but that was the thing where it just like you could have crazy amounts of lights.
Yeah. I mean, you can still build a lot of lights. I say do so at your, think of your poor PC at some point.
You know, we also have like custom grow bed shapes for on top of corridors.
No. I've only ever tried to build them on top of roofs. That's awesome.
I didn't know you could build them on corridors.
Yeah. And it's cool that you can extend them out dynamically.
Yeah.
That is,
that's cool.
that is so much more elaborate than I thought it would be.
Fits so nicely with the rails on the side as well.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to Corridor 10 now that I know this.
You're gonna cover it with plants. Oh yeah, wait, that's pretty cool. Like surrounded.
We'll come invade your corridor.
Oh, hold on. Don't come through the entrance yet until I'm ready.
Are you making a maze?
Okay, yeah, now you can come in.
Oh man.
Oh wow, very nice. Have you been expecting me?
That's my favorite chair in the game because they gave it that pose. I think it's so good. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh man. One thing I realized we haven't made yet is like interior walls. I like to fuck with people by just like making mazes inside of.
Yeah, you can definitely mix it up.
Let's see. Last minute.
But yeah, I mostly put a loop around just because I think it's cool that you can enclose things properly if you want, which I know is like an old feature. People used to trap leviathans and stuff. I'll be curious to see what people kind of dream up of being able to do with it. But just the fact that you can put all these windows and stuff now in the corridors just makes them feel like they have so much more like utility for beauty and stuff too. Look at our majestic tower. It's like a project planner's nightmare over there, though.
Yeah.
Every floor is different sizes. The windows don't match.
It's art, okay? It's art.
I like it. It's uniquely ours.
Yeah.
What's as someone that worked on it, Carolyn, what's your favorite part of base building? Like, what's the feature that you feel like excited you the most?
I mean, I guess most of the time I say windows. Just because, I don't know, they just look so good. Yeah, and like, you can, I don't know, like, especially combined with all of the fancy lighting, like, it just, you know, it feels like you can just make a window shape and then you get these crazy, like, pretty shadows. It's like very low effort, I guess, compared to, like, it feels like you just make a tiny decision and it just looks totally different.
And the fact that they let in light is a bit cool and like real way.
Yeah.
It makes up the big difference. I know that you're not as much of a base builder, Sam, as you're more like me, but what about you? What's your favorite sort of part of that?
What the hell is Sam doing?
First I have to ask who trapped me in with jars.
That was me. I was like, Sam left himself open for an opportunity. I'm taking it.
I was building a nice shrine to this cat poster.
I know, man. I can't help myself. You had your back turned, and I had the jars open, and I was like, it's now or never.
I think for me, it's the lights. The lighting in the game's so nice as it is. It's really nice to be able to just place lights and see what kind of the lighting engine does. Especially at night when you've got like this dome thing surrounded, blasting lights at it, watching the creatures do their thing. So I guess for me, it's the interaction with the bases with everything else rather than just the bases themselves.
Yeah. I think ultimately the base building system already is so robust that the things that people do continue to surprise me with it. You know, when I first started using it, I was like, well, this is cool, but I think all you're going to do is build big flat square rooms. And like, clearly that's not the case. It just took someone that was more creative about base building than me to actually take a look at it and see what you could do. And I think the sort of fun exploits that players end up doing in creative and regular mode, I think will be really cool. And clearly you can build big elaborate bases all spaced out kind of crazy. But, you know, some people I know are like, oh, is there going to be enough space in multiplayer for us all to have our own bases? I think the answer is pretty much yes. We're doing multiple bases in a really small part of the world. So,
I mean, I don't think anyone on the dev team has spent, 20, 30 hours building a single base yet, like some of the players are.
I look forward to the YouTube videos of the person that's like, I built a 8-kilometer single corridor base. Like, you go.
I can't wait to see all the time lapses of people building their bases, filming it with another player, making elaborate bases that are all interconnected with corridors, and it's gonna be great.
We annoyed Carolyn to the point where she had to build her own secret base that was separate from our madness, which I understand. But that's the power of this. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it, and we hope that you build a lot of interesting creations and share them with us.
Very interesting.
Yeah, all of that sounds incredibly fun. Like, I loved how they talked about the elongating tool, where you can elongate the farms. You can put windows everywhere, like with the lighting. That's going to be great with the engine. And then also, like, hey, Moonpool fans out there, right? We're going to have the Moonpool for the Tadpole Moonpool. You know what it is, right?
You could have figured it out, bro.
It's up to your imagination
it wasn't that
on
hard.
anything that you can build in Subnautica 2, it seems like.
Tadpole,
You're only
Moonpool.
limited by that. But there is something that you will be able to get physically, right? Isn't that right, Danya?
Oh, yes. So we have worked with Microsoft on something incredibly cool.
What did
We
we
have
do?
these awesome custom controllers that
What?
are Subnautica themed, and we are going to be able to give away some of them to the community. So
Ooh.
on screen, you should be able to
That's
see
kinda cool.
what they look like, and also be able to see where you can go to enter to potentially win one. So use the instructions on screen,
That's pretty
or
cool.
there will probably be a link in chat or a prompt that you can put in, like a command that you can put in to get everything. Follow the instructions once you get on the landing page for how to enter, and good luck, because these are very limited supply, so not very many people are going to get their hands on these. So I really sincerely hope that you love these as much as we loved working with Microsoft to basically bring them to life.
They look really cool. They look really cool.
Next up, we're actually gonna play a little game. Nothing too crazy, just a simple little higher and lower game. We're gonna bring some of the devs in, but here's the twist: we are also going to have you play. You're gonna go up against the dev.
Oh, okay, so it's me versus the devs in... Okay, yeah, you know what? I don't know as much about Subnautica as they likely do. We'll see how that goes.
Let's say hello to the developers who have just joined us. So we'll start with Scott, then we'll go to Aaron, and then Artyom. Say hello and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott McDonald, also known as Abraxas everywhere on the internet, and I am the creative media producer at Unknown Worlds, working on cool videos and trailers and stuff.
I'm Erin Millings. I am lead producer on the SN2 project, and as everybody knows, I have my love of unicorns.
And I'm Artyom. I'm a level designer. I'm working on the world of Subnautica 2.
Amazing. So, this game is a simple higher or lower game. You're going to be asked a question, and in that question, it is going to ask you if something is higher, lower, bigger, smaller than the other thing. When you think you know the answer, you've got a buzzer. Buzz in. If you are the fastest person in, you get to answer. Feel free to give a little spiel or explanation for why you think it's the right answer. If you are correct, you get a point. If you are incorrect, the second fastest person will be able to steal your point, as long as they say the correct answer if they remember what you answered. So if that is all clear and you are all ready, we can move on and I can ask the first question.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Read on. Say,
It's going to be great.
hey. Hands at the ready to buzz in. First question. In seconds, which item has the lowest runtime? The ion battery or the ultra-high capacity oxygen tank?
The ultra high capacity oxygen
Scott is
tank
so
must
fast.
be.
Scott is so fast. He buzzed in so quick. Okay, Scott, go ahead. What do you think the answer is?
I'm pretty sure it's the ultra high capacity tank because it has quite a few minutes worth of oxygen in it. So that's my answer. I think it's that one.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct.
Yeah, see, I'm
It
the
is the ultra-high
Subnautica goat,
capacity
bro. I
oxygen
know what I'm
tank.
talking about.
Nice.
How do you even know that? It's been so long. Oh god.
I think it's like 255 seconds.
Testing
I-
for
like, I-
many years.
It's not fair. He's literally in the Subnautica world. Like he's on. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just an unfair advantage. I call malarkey.
Okay. Buzzes have been reset. We're moving on to the second question. So, is the maximum depth of the safe shallows higher or lower than 200 meters?
Is the maximum depth of the
Fastest
safe
this
shot-
time was
it's-
Aaron. Aaron, go for it.
Slow. No, it's higher. It's higher.
Lava zone.
What?
Was the maximum depth of the safe shallows higher or lower than 200
higher.
meters? It is higher.
Whoa,
Incorrect. Which means Point Crow, who was second fastest, you get to steal this if you get it right.
There, you just get to steal it. Incredible.
Could be any answer, honestly, but if I just had to guess out of all of the options, it's lower. I know this because whenever I was doing my Subnautica playthrough, I was really focusing in on that meter depth because I was terrified of going anywhere outside of the shallows.
Yep, you are right. The safe shallows is lower than 200 meters at its deepest point. It's about 100 meters max, give or take, with a little bit.
Oh wait, I read the question wrong. I meant lower, but I'm kind of dumb,
resetting
and
the
I said
buzzers,
higher.
so you are ready to buzz in again.
I thought that's what I meant.
Which
Whatever.
biome is at a lower depth? The lava lakes or
It's
the
the Lost River.
Oh,
wait, at a
Artyom
lower
got in
depth. The
so
lava
fast
lakes. It's
there.
the lava
Come
lakes.
on, Artie.
All right.
The lava
Artie was
lakes are lower than
quick
the
off
Lost
the
River.
draw.
I have to go with the lava lakes being deeper, and that's because lava hot and planet center hot.
I mean, that's a heck of an explanation, but you are also correct. Yes. So the lava lakes are around 1,300 meters.
I've already
and
got
then
3 points,
Lost
I'm
River
winning.
is between 525 and 1065. So, yeah, you are correct.
Artie, that is the
Okay.
best explanation as to why. That's the
Yeah.
thing that matters.
It
The
makes
explanation
sense.
why.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why they designed it like that as well. Like, that's...
Whoever designed it, you know, that one person that did.
Okay. Okay. Buzzers are reset. We're on to the next question. Is the length of a ghost leviathan higher or lower than the length of the Ponte di Rialto Bridge in Venice?
It's higher.
Point Crow, you were the fastest this time.
Okay. All right. Hear me out on this. All right. So there's the Ghost Leviathan. There's two of them. There's the one in the Lost River, which is small. It's actually like a baby Ghost Leviathan, if I remember. And then there's the giant Ghost Leviathan on the outer reaches, the out of bounds part of the map. And that one's huge. So you know, if you had to put that up against a bridge, it's clearly bigger than anything else. I mean, I've seen. I don't know, I'm a connoisseur of those videos that do the comparisons of each Leviathan compared to the player, and it keeps going and going and going, and then that Leviathan, the out of bounds Ghost Leviathan, is the biggest. And like, it's huge. Like, it has to be bigger than the bridge. I mean, think about like if you cut the
All right,
Ghost
we don't need to
Leviathan
ramble
up
on.
into
Just tell me,
really,
just,
really small chunks.
is it correct or
Like,
not?
The amount of sushi that you could create
We are
from
sidetracked.
its flesh
We're
could
trying
feed
too hard to be
everybody on that bridge, crossing that bridge for at least 3 years. Easily Ghost Leviathan is bigger.
You are correct. And that is
Thank you.
quite possibly the best explanation we're ever going to get for an end.
Thank you.
I do have a follow-up with that. So Ghost
Yes.
Leviathan cut up into sushi with or without
What's
wasabi?
going on, Marina?
Oh, I mean, clearly without wasabi, right? Like you see like the actual environment of the Lost River. I feel like that gives it a special kind of
I'm doing good.
spice, a little umami flavor. The way it's raised. So I genuinely don't think that you need to add anything to it. It really just melts in the mouth when you taste it. Next question, please.
No further.
Next question.
Next question.
Buzzers reset. Which number is higher, the code for the captain's quarters or the code for cargo bay?
Oh, that's actually a good one. I don't know. I'm gonna just guess the code for cargo bay.
Artyom got in first.
So, I'm pretty sure which number is higher would be the one for the captain's quarters. And that's because since the captain's quarters holds the end game items, it takes longer to force it. 1111, 1112. So it's got to be much farther than the earlier area.
You're correct. You are correct. The captain's quarters code is higher than cargo bay. Captain's quarters is 2679. Cargo bay is 1454.
So I think, you know, Artie obviously is right, but I don't necessarily know if that explanation is valid.
I mean, the answer's right, the answer's right.
You have to get 2,600 different combinations before you get the right one. But there's probably somebody that's done that. You know, I don't doubt it, actually.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, next question. Is the power capacity of a standard power cell higher or lower than 150 units?
Lower.
Aaron got in first. Aaron, what do you think?
I think it's higher just because I think it's higher.
I mean, that's an explanation. You are correct. It is at 200. So it is higher because it's higher.
We should be allowed to like phone a friend or something.
Can I get a 50-50?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm resetting the buzzers. Which is higher, the length of the Aurora or the length of a Sea Emperor Leviathan?
The length of the Aurora.
My gosh, 3 of you were so quick. There was like, it was almost like the start of a Grand Prix. The car getting like right off the start. It was like fractional between it. But Point Crow, you got in first.
The Aurora is bigger than a Sea Emperor Leviathan, and I'll back this up because it took me a lot longer to explore the Aurora and get from one end to another than to swim around the Sea Emperor Leviathan at the end of the game. That's my logic there. You know, there's also a degree of fear, so that might have played into this answer too. We'll see. I don't know. I think the Aurora is bigger.
You are right. The Aurora is bigger. So Aurora's length is about 1,200 meters, and the Sea Emperor is like between 160 to 200. So, quite significantly
That was a pretty big
different.
jump.
Slight difference.
And-
Yeah,
and if
slight
you-
difference.
Yeah, and if you take the Sea Emperor Leviathan, you cut it up into very small pieces. Really good with comparison lengths here too.
You're turning into a precursor now.
So we'll let everyone know. We'll just do like the little calculations, tally up who got the most points. And Point Crow is the winner. I'm like, do we feel incredibly proud, or do we feel like a little bit like, whoa, we should know our game a little better than that?
You know, I'm glad my copious amounts of consumption of YouTube videos with purely scale of the Subnautica universe is coming clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, Artyom, you did come in second, if that makes you feel a little bit better.
Hey, it's good. I know if I have any conversion to sushi questions, I know who to contact. So
Thank you. You got my number.
That was so much fun. Thank you so much for participating in that, and congratulations for winning, putting all of us to shame a little bit.
Thank you. I'll add it to the accolades. It is the pinnacle of my life. So thank you so much. It was very fun. Thanks for hosting.
Good. We're gonna take a look now at some stuff that the community has made. Like, I think the one thing that I love the most about the Subnautica community is like how creative they are and how many incredible things that they do. And so we've had like just a little video put together showcasing loads of different things that the community have either like made, created, like anything. So this should be really, really fun. We'll get to watch it. So yeah, let's take a look at what they've been up to.
I can't wait. Oh. Yeah, I mean, this is... Oh, it's like a wire mesh Reaper Leviathan with oh, this is gonna be so cool. I've seen like a couple of these, just like on my For You pages. The amount of talent that this community has is ridiculous. I don't even know how you begin to do this.
Like, look at the fine detail as well, like the size of the tools that you have to use to like put all the teeth in, and then like painting and everything. It's just phenomenal. But I know where this is about to go as well, because I remember watching like the full video for this is like phenomenal. It's so good.
Yeah,
I just like
they're adding the color now. Oh my gosh. You were saying it's just like what?
you can kind of see
failure in the back. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, they're filling it with acrylic? Wait. Oh, come on. That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yep. So this is
It really gives that.
Yeah, this is Thalasso's Hobbyist. So Thalasso's Hobbyist is based out of Japan. He actually has an art book now of like loads of the resin dioramas that he's done. I'm like wondering if I have it in like close reach. Oh, I do not. If I had it in close reach, I'd show it. But he's like put together the coolest art book of like all the different dioramas he's done over the years. But like they're all like so impressive, like incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, what do I gotta do to get my hands on one of these? I want it like right there. Just put it right there.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine the like logistics of like the crate to ship something like this out as well?
Imagine a life-size one. Oh wow. I mean, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want this, but like you've also got like 3D printers, right? You could feasibly in like segments 3D print a life-size Leviathan now, couldn't you? Like, and piece it all together.
If anyone needs inspiration, all right, you're hearing it now. If you need a call to action, we need a life-size Reaper Leviathan. That would be so neat. Oh, okay, so this is the base for the acrylic. Oh my, and they're putting the waves and everything.
Yep.
Oh,
wow,
the detail.
Yeah, the attention to detail is the bit that always like floors me every single time. Like even the base, just
yeah, with the light
so
on the bottom. That's why they used. That's what they have the base.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Oh, what a shot! Oh, I'm. You know what? I'll be over here. I'm good. It's just it's Wow.
Oh,
So what's this one?
Speaking of 3D printing.
Yeah. Wait. So yeah. So what is this here?
These are like little 3D printed creatures. This is the ice worm, right? It looks like ice worm.
Oh, right. From Below Zero, right?
Yeah. Oh, the satisfying like click, click, click of like putting it all together so it articulates. This is Oscar Stevens. Yeah.
4 head time. Another 11 hours.
13 hour and 11.
4 of those was like another.
So literally 24-hour print here.
Yeah.
Oh, plus more,
Yeah.
plus another 8. Wow.
But it is also.
Whoa.
This is Life Pod 2 coordinates attached.
Oh, this is from Subnautica 1. Yeah, Subnautica 1. What a beautiful animation.
They didn't want us to let it happen. We're way past our safe depth and bleeding O2.
Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust.
And I don't know how long we're going to last. Request immediate assistance. We've got them big old fish in the water with us.
I'm scared and I'm not going outside.
We'll have to... But it's 500 meters straight up.
I think I'm actually going to die down here.
Don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
6 out.
7 out.
4 out.
It's of every single recording of each one of the life pods.
Yeah. They're so good because it like really kind of like obviously you hear them all through the game, but yeah, it just is phenomenal.
It really gives that like sense of dread too, especially at the end. Yeah. It's like everyone out. Oh, purple painting. Oh,
that's so good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, these are like little animations.
职责所在。他们不欢迎我们，将死亡带来了这里。
Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool.
Just notice.
Valid reaction.
It's the fan trailers that really make it too. I love that. I personally just love.
Nice. It's like how Marguerite survived, like, right? So
Yeah. Which it was such a cool reveal in Below Zero when you find find her and you're like, well, I can't, like, that's crazy.
只有一把刀，一个维修工具以及3升淡水，无论怎么说。
Because like you only dream of doing this in Subnautica 1, and to have her actually do it, was crazy. What a great animation. Another wire mesh here.
See, this is the thing that, like, I can't even, like, wrap my head around where I would even begin with something like this.
Like, what do you, like, someone needs to, I need, please, I'm asking you guys out there, like, how do you actually start? Like, what do you do? How do you know that you can do this? Like, what, the creative process for something like this is lost on me, but I can definitely appreciate all of the work that goes into it.
It's kind of like the same as, like, it's so fascinating to me when you go somewhere like, well, we have like Games Workshop, which is like for minis for like Warhammer and stuff like that. So it's like almost like that kind of skill set, but on like a much larger scale. Because like, oh, the cat.
Yeah, that was cat. I wanted to point out that was a really cool detail that they poured the epoxy or acrylic in. But they poured it in so then there would be bubbles in there with the actual final detail. That's cool. Yeah, exactly what you're saying. God, that's so neat.
It genuinely, like, every single time, just the community, you're all so talented. Whatever they, like, put their mind to, they can do. Whether it's, like, the smallest drawing or, like, even, like, crafting theories and everything. Like, just every aspect of the community is just incredible.
I mean, it's like, at least with what we saw here, it's like they get the vibe of Subnautica, right? It's not just like, okay, here's the Reaper Leviathan, call it a day. It's like, no, they understand, like, what it means to see it, and they show it in the art, too, which is a wonderful. And then, yeah, exactly what you're talking about with theories. I've spent long nights looking up Subnautica theories on what could have happened and what has happened, summary videos and other playthroughs. It's great to see all the creatives out there.
Thank you so much for coming along and hosting this with me. It's always nice to be able to do this with someone else. And it's been a genuine pleasure. So thank you so much for coming along for this.
Hey, and I gotta say thank you to you too. This is you're the community manager and you've really fostered a great community here, and are the host of a fantastic show. I know that you're excited as much, if not more, than a lot of people out there, because you've been working on this. You've seen everything, all the iterations of the game. So thank you so much for making this such an enjoyable experience for us all.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. For everyone who is still sticking around, there are still a few days. If you haven't already wishlisted Subnautica 2, you can still go ahead and wishlist it. It'll just remind you then when the game has come out. But as a reminder, May 14th, do not forget, it is coming. You have all of the giveaways that you can still get involved in. So go ahead, go and join those. You have a chance to win some incredible things. And don't forget, if you do purchase Subnautica 2 during the first week that it is on sale, you will get a special Leviathan statue to decorate your base with. Again, thank you so much. We are pretty much right there in terms of like releasing, and I mean, you've probably seen it through the entire showcase and how we've talked about the game. We cannot wait until it is finally in your hands. So the countdown to the last few days before it comes out is on Thank you so much again, Point Crow, for joining us. Thank you to everyone for watching. I guess we'll see you on May 14th. Bye.
Very nice. So that's the end of the stream. We got a lot of good stuff in there. I'll be doing a video breaking all of this stuff down, so be on the lookout for that, hopefully in the next couple days. It's going to take a little while to break this whole, like, 2-hour stream down into, like, a good 20-30 minute video and breaking down all the features we found. But if you guys enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.